okay, just started recording, so everything from here on out will be on YouTube. I vaguely understand how this game works. I'm gonna go through the tutorial. I'm assuming that's what begin training does. To actually, I've never played this before. I was not in their previous closed beta. So this is my first time actually playing the client. I've watched a lot of other people stream Artifact. And I've read through the rules a little bit, watched some how to play videos. I don't actually know if this game's gonna be good, bad, interesting. So I'm just planning to stream a little bit tonight now since I have access to it. I'm planning to do a stream probably tomorrow and Tuesday evening, and then we'll kind of see how I feel about it from there. The game, so now it's loud. Got it. Let me adjust that. All right, I pulled the Artifact volume down a little bit. Okay, I asked, and nobody said. Double click the board to see all 3 lanes. This is the part that makes this game a lot to handle, right? Like, you don't actually see the entire game at the same time. Yeah, this is the tutorial. How much am I gonna be explaining? As much as I can understand. I'm gonna do my best, but I don't actually know how this works. I vaguely know how this works. Is the in-game audio at an okay spot now? Let me put my shuffling deck down so we don't. This is Richard Garfield's new game that's being created by Valve. And it has a native Linux client. I don't have to run this one via Wine like Magic Online and Arena. Yep, there's Team Liquid is apparently working on integration. I agree. All card games need the integration to be successful. It's one of the reasons why Magic Online is not particularly successful. Sure. So the heroes in our lanes. So there's 3 lanes in this game, and you can only play cards in the same lane as you have a hero of the color in that lane. Thank you for the 34 months cruising, and welcome back. What does this card do? This is just like a pooper. Looks just like a pooper. So we can play a creep, and I choose where it goes. Okay. So we'll put him there.
I understand my orders.
So the thing to note is in the upper, I'm going to move my game chat down here a little bit. In the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you can see kind of there's like an overview in the corner that kind of shows you, kind of highlights what's going on. Targeting arrow. Okay, so the combat in this game is weird. It's not weird, it's different. So your things just like bump into the things directly across from them. And if they don't have something directly across from them, they either attack forward and hit the opponent's thing, or they attack left or right randomly. So there's some variance in the way your units attack if they don't have something across from them. So these things smash into things. And then we go to the next lane, which again here, all I can do is play red cards because I have a red hero here. So you can I can't play these green cards yet because I don't have a green hero here. Double click to review the most recent. I need to figure out the best place to put me on this overlay. I feel like I might want to be slightly, maybe over here somewhere. Gotta figure all these out. I could put myself, but then you block the dragon. Why would you want to block? Why would you want to block? Isn't the dragon adorable? I'm gonna try and put me here for now and see if this ends up blocking anything. I don't want to block the dragon. The dragon's adorable. It's the best part about the game, Chad, is the dragon. Don't cover the dragon. That's half the reason people are gonna come watch Artifact is because there's a dragon, okay? I don't think you seeing this button really matters. Maybe it does. I could put me like right here so you can see half the button. I think that the cards in your hand kind of overflow though. I can put the cheer cup over here. The cheer cup's not going to block the dragon. It's see-through. Slide me over this way. Let's do that for now. Oh, I can zoom in. Look at that. Deal 6 to the tower. So they lightning struck my tower. So lightning strike does 6 in this game apparently. The other half of the reason's the second dragon. Yep, the little imps. I'm pretty confident that most people are going to be here for the dragon. All right, combat preview. So it shows us. I know most of how this game works. I'm going to kind of work through this so we can play another. These are called creeps. All right, they're not minions. They're not units. They're creeps. They're creepy. All right, so if I put this here, it's going to have a 25% chance to attack and kill this, I believe. So that probably makes sense. So when you play a new unit out, it RNGs how it attacks. So it's 50% chance to attack the tower, and then it's 25% this way and this way. I'm pretty sure. And then this button being swords means... Yeah, I've heard a lot of people describe the game as being one of the most complex games they've ever played. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. So you start with 3 mana on turn 1, and every lane has individual mana. So I can't actually play any cards here yet because I have 3 and these cards cost 4. Yeah, so this game, this is one of the things that like turned off a lot of Magic players about Hearthstone, is because this game doesn't have resource variance baked into it. It needs to put the variance into some other location, and this game, one of the places it's chosen to put the variance into is where the direction in which your thing's attacking. This game does not, the Dota universe is an existing IP. You can double click any card to learn about its underlying keywords. Attack, look at that. That's good clean live-in. When blocked during the combat phase, it'll deal, so Siege is trample. Siege is trample blocking. Also deal the siege damage. No, okay, so it does the 5 on top of its normal attack. Cute, different than trample. They're imps, they're not dragons, come on now. So do I want to buy this? Equipped here as armor? That sounds good. Heal a unit, sure. In. Why isn't the tutorial advancing? Oh, click, I gotta click the thing. Waiting for me to click the button. Alright, so when you start, there's 3 heroes that get deployed randomly. That's another place that the variance occurs in this game. I think I don't know where we're going. I'm just gonna put this guy here, and then every deck has 5 heroes, so the other 2 deploy eventually. You don't, so the initial, so you pick which 2 come in later in Disium, but I'm pretty confident the 3 you start with get assigned randomly, right? Yeah. So like, the one you put here always goes in lane 1, always goes in lane 2, always goes in lane 3. So, there's no mulligan at the start of the game, but you also draw 2 cards per turn, so like the number of cards you're seeing lets you work out of bad hands pretty quickly. Alright, so I only have a red guy here, so even though I have 4 mana, I can't play green cards. This card do give a hero +4 attack and armor this round. So this is a temporary boost. It probably doesn't really help, right? Like, I don't know that I want to give him a boost this turn. Like, there's nothing across from him, so I don't know that it really helps. I'm pretty sure the ones in the flop are random in Disium. Incendium. I'm pretty sure they're the lanes they go in at random, and where they go in those lanes is at random for your initial 3. Heroes keep their equipment even after being killed. Sure. Alright, so this only works on red heroes. What does this do? Fully heal Selfish Cleric after the combat phase. Modify allied creeps with 2 armor and 1 attack. Modify is permanent bonus. Sure.
By helping myself, I'm helping all of us.
I would like to just set the precedent that it's okay for you to not like Artifact. I don't know if I like Artifact. I'm going to play the game to learn it. But needless complaining or bashing of the game, like needless complaining or bashing of anything when we do Magic, is going to get you timed out in my chat still. This is a different game, but the same rules still apply. You're allowed to provide constructive and specific feedback about why you don't like something about the game. But if you're just going to needlessly complain, you're going to be removed. So allies have +1 armor. Insert witty and funny comment here. Thanks for the 20 months, Jace. All right, so this thing gives this guy armor, which means he takes less damage. So he's still dying because he's taking 8. If I healing salve him, will he no longer be dying? I think so. Nope, he's still dying. What is this? Deal 3 damage to a unit. I don't understand why this is dying. So this has 7. And it has 1 armor. And this is attacking for 7. Oh, what's Debbie's passive? Is there a passive thing? No, that's a spell. Where's the pass? There's a passive? Mouse over the square. Deals +2 damage when attacking a hero or tower. Well, I'm confused. What? When would this thing be attacking? Oh, so it doesn't do extra damage when it's attacking a creep. All right, so I just played cards here for no reason because this is going to die regardless. Because this is currently taking 8 and it's at 7. So even if I put leather armor on here, it's still going to die. So like playing this and healing it just didn't make any sense because this deals extra. It's weird that you can't click in here. I guess I have to mouse over it here. It's weird that this just doesn't like pop up, right? Like there's a bunch of dead space here and there's a bunch of dead space here. Like why don't you just like say passive and like put it up on my screen? Will I give a brief overview of how the game works throughout the stream? I'm not going to be constantly explaining every little detail. I'm going to talk about why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, but if you want a how to play Artifact stream, you should go watch one of the how to play videos. And I'm going to answer questions to the best of my ability as I'm playing if people have questions about why I'm doing something or why something happened. But I don't plan to, like, people come in and out of streams constantly, and if I'm just like saying again and again and again, this is the basics of how the game works when you just go watch a 10-minute YouTube video, that's just like redundant and repetitive. That's true. That's true. Then so when your heroes die, they come back 2 turns later, I believe it is. So if you put an item on it, it can come back later. So I have 13 money. Every time you kill creeps and heroes, you collect money. Yeah, no hero in the right lane now means I'm not going to be able to play any spells there next turn. Although I think I have a hero deploying, right? Yeah, I have this dork coming in next turn, so I could put him over there to play red cards there. They literally have a good API, Tedder. So like you're complaining about something you just don't understand. So like actually Artifact arguably has one of the most robust APIs of any of the popular digital card games, because guess what? Magic Arena and Hearthstone, neither of those have an official API. Neither of those have an official API. They scrape a log file that's not officially supported. Yeah, this game, so I'm going to play my red hero here because if there's not a red hero in this lane, I actually can't play any cards here. So putting this here lets me play cards over there. Fulgrim, thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. So the thing, so I spent a lot of yesterday watching various Artifact streams, and the thing I actually found most confusing, there's this key in the upper left hand corner that like tells you a lot of what's going on. It like tells you health total and tells you like which heroes are in which places. The thing I found most confusing is once you get a few turns into the games, players' hands get really big. Like even here you can see, right, like my cards are stacking up on the left side over here. I like have to scroll my hand already because like between buying things like this and drawing 2 cards a turn, your hand stacks up very quickly. I wonder how third-party sellers like Magic will operate when Steam takes their... They won't, the way, without direct peer-to-peer trading, definitely not, Chris, there won't be third-party sellers for this game. No, I'm only doing Artifact this evening. I'll be doing my normal Magic stream tomorrow morning. I actually wasn't planning on streaming today, but the Artifact beta came up early. It wasn't supposed to just draw... I have to, like, put it into play to draw a card. Enrage, choose an ally, choose a new combat target for it. So it gives you a little bit of control over how you want to special things. So I could like use this new orders here to have this smash into here to kill their hero, I believe. Sweet. Okay, yeah, look at that. Look at that. We did a thing.
We appreciate you looking after us.
We did a thing. We did a thing. So the mapping on where your things attack is random, but you have cards that allow you to control it. The initiative system is interesting. It's definitely unique. Richard Garfield doesn't always have good ideas, but his ideas are always unique. That's definitely a certain. So the lore on this game is based on the Dota 2 universe. Sure, there's not a working Twitch extension for the game that literally came out yesterday. I'm just gonna, God, Twitch chat. It came out yesterday. Why isn't there technology and community built tools yet? Why isn't it all done? Complain. It's $20 to get the game, to be fair. It is not free, but it is $20. It's not $30. Yeah, technically it's not even an official release. Technically it doesn't release till the 29th. The pre-release software. All right, am I doing anything else here? I'm playing against the computer, so I can take all the time in the world to like harass chat and time people out. Hero has health, hero has armor. This thing only attacks the thing in front of him, so this isn't taking damage. I think we just click the fight button. So all their things died. So my opponent actually won't be able to play cards that lane unless they deploy another hero there next turn.
I'll tear it down.
Ogre, Vandal. It's so weird to me that I keep trying to just like mouse over these cards, and it's really awkward to me that I can't just like mouse over and get a short pop-up. I have to like double click into this other screen, which like takes a lot of effort. I feel like I should be able to just like mouse over these things and like see the details in a smaller screen and then like double click on them to like get a full pop-up like this. And again, like, that's a great example of how to give constructive and specific feedback. Here's this thing I don't like. Here's why I don't like it. Here's a way you could maybe do it better. What's going on, Coma Cake? Thanks for the 9 months and welcome back. All right, so what on God's Green Earth is going on this board? So I can play cards, modify Satyr Duelist with +2 attack after the combat phase. So the longer this thing stays alive, the bigger it gets. What does a double click screen show that the board does it? Items, maybe? If you put items on things. I actually don't know. I know, I'm just used to like every other card game where I can like mouse over and like get a big picture of things. Maybe there isn't relevant details on any of these things. I have to mouse over the items individually on top, sure. I mean, I guess I'm going to play this here to attack their tower. And then that path forward, so it's going to attack for 3. So the game, again, combat happens. Oh, I could have played it on the left to maybe take out their champion. No, that doesn't work, right? Because this is only 3 and this is at 6. No, the boards can get quite large to the point where so like you have 3 game boards and then you can have scrolling on each game board. There's not limits to any of them, which is creates a lot of messy board states. So I guess this is taking 2. I'm gonna put leather armor on here so he takes 1 less. So now he's only taking 1. Do the dead creeps leave the battle? Yeah, all that. So like these are, so I'm gonna click this combat button here, and then these 3 guys are gonna go away, and these 2 guys are gonna go away. So they get bumped off there. All right, so I can only play red cards over here because I only have a red hero here. Modify a red hero with 1 attack, 1 number. So modify means permanent, so I can do this and just make him permanently bigger.
My jaws grow stronger.
It's so weird we've had like these random people just like spamming stupid emotes in here. I'm pretty sure they're bots, so I'm just gonna start banning them. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if this game was ever on mobile. For a lot of the same reasons Magic wouldn't work well on mobile. So I have 14 monies because killing creeps gives you money. Is leather armor good? I have no idea. Traveler's Cloak. Oh, so Cloak and Armor go on the same slot, so I probably don't want to buy too many of these things. Sure. They're different slots? Oh, is the icon show the slot? Oh yeah, you're totally right, because there's a sword, armor, and a heart. So opponent's got 2 heroes coming in, so I don't know where my opponent's going to deploy the heroes. My creeps are going over here, so I probably want to slide this out into the center already. So I'm going to put this on the left lane. We're currently beating the bot by a lot, I feel. Let me rephrase. I think we're currently beating the bot by a lot. I'm not actually certain on whether or not we're winning, so I probably shouldn't make that assumption. I don't quite know how to evaluate what we have going on. Whereas I need an advantage bar. Modify a hero with -2 attack. Well, that's pretty good, right? That's just like permanent. Imagine how I feel, right? Stun a unit, blocking an allied red hero. Modify a red hero with 4 attack. Unfortunately, my red hero is here and not like beating up Debbie. You know how long the average game takes? Some of these games looked really long. I'm gonna make Debbie worse. I'm gonna put leather armor here.
I'll face whatever comes.
So that bounces off.
Not afraid.
All right, so this is attacking this way. Wait, so is this attacking this way, but this is attacking forward? Am I reading that correctly? Yeah, it was PV who said artifacts. So I'm gonna put Traveler's Cloak on here. So now this is no longer dying.
Or Sorlakan!
Yeah, that's a good take on a taker. It's a TCG imitating MOBA style 3-lane system, and then there are columns inside of each lane. Modify a red hero with 4 attack. 4 attack and 4 armor. So I have 6 mana. Make this boy real big. So yeah, so this guy is attacking for. It's weird that this is sucker punching him from the side, and this is still attacking forward. Give a hero and its allied neighbors -2 armor this round. Sure. So I don't have anything else to do here. I keep expecting when the cards, when I mouse over them, to pop up like they do in my hand. So I keep like mousing over them, expecting to get like detailed images. Alright, so I don't really have anything to do here. I can only play red cards, and Sucker Punch doesn't do anything because it doesn't have anything across from it. And Enrage just like does 4 damage, and 4 extra damage doesn't really do anything here. And this says give as opposed to modify, so give means until end of turn, whereas modify is permanent. So putting this on here would basically be spending a card to just deal 4 extra damage to their towers, so it doesn't do anything.
You were doomed from the very
beginning.
This provides... This is like an enchantment. 1 piercing damage to each enemy before the action phase. Alright. So combat and a lane are simultaneous, but lanes are not doing correct. Yep. Yep. So all of these things. So I pass, and then if they pass, everything bumps into each other. And then all the damage happens simultaneously. And then there's the shop phase where the item deck are cards that you actually put in your deck. So like you choose these during deck building or when you're drafting. And then the secret shop are cards that are random. And then I think these are random too, I believe. Equipped heroes 2 attack and 2 cleave. What does cleave do? When blocking during the combat step, battle damage blocking unit, cleave deals that damage to the unit's neighbors. That's sweet. No, this is just the tutorial. I've never played this game before. The tutorial is also like giving me a chance to like talk to people in chat while we're poking at it. So you can see here, I don't have any heroes to deploy right now because none of my heroes were died. I have all 5 out in play. So my opponent's gone ahead and deployed some heroes here. I don't know who Sven is. Is that this guy? No, this is Keith. This is Keith the Bold. Alright, so... What am I doing here? Stun a unit blocking the allied hero. What does stun mean? Stunned unit is silenced, cannot use activated abilities, and disarmed. So this is actually kind of interesting. So obviously my opponent played their blue hero here because they want to play blue cards this turn in this lane most likely. So if I sucker punch here, this will silence this, which means they actually can't play blue cards on this lane, which is interesting. The way this game feels like it has a lot of prison style elements to it, where you like lock people out of being able to actually play the game. All right, so they passed the turn because they have nothing, or they played a card. They played Trebuchets. Deal 2 piercing damage to enemy tower for the extra. Is that what this did? No, it's Debbie. All right. So if I put healing salve here, this thing will heal up, so it's not gonna die.
I was the one in need of saving.
And then if I put blade here, it's gonna kill their hero again. So blue heroes are very squishy from my understanding. So this thing just came in and then we stunned it so they couldn't play cards with it, and then we killed it this turn. Yeah, you can see here my opponent has one equipment from their shop.
Invigorated.
Alright, so what on God's Green Earth is going on here? So modify Savage Wolf with 1 hack and 2 health after the combat phase happens. These are killing each other. This is not killing here. If I arm the Rebellion, this is still not killing here, so it's not particularly... I kill the tower with 2 more damage. That's a good note. So I can play. Oh, I want to play this here, so that way if it goes forward, it kills the tower, and if it goes to the right here, it kills their hero. So we had 2 outcomes there we were pretty happy with. Going to the forward killed the tower, and going to the right killed their hero. So I don't have anything else I can play here, so we'll click it. And then if they click it, we'll bump into each other, and these will die, and these will die. Rude.
My blade always finds its mark.
What? Activate, choose a target for Assassin's Apprentice. Alright. So when you make a new lane, place a Deuter in an empty lane, it picks the direction at random the Deuter attacks. Yeah, you're 50% to attack directly in front of you, and then if there's nothing in front of you, you're 25% in either direction after that. This is the part where I get hyped, right? What's going on, Brecken? Something like that. Something hype levels, etc. So this is Enrage. That again. Oh, this is already squishing this. Give a hero 3 armor. Nothing's attacking. So again, like just like none of these cards do anything. This card might actually be interesting to play, but again, I can't play it because I don't have any green heroes here. So from my understanding, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if aggro decks just like aren't a thing in this game, based on like PV and other people who have described the game.
My ancestors.
Second trimester, you're just as wonderful as the day we met. Stay classy. What's going on, Average Bloom? Thanks for the 6 months. Welcome back. And again, just like neither of these cards do anything, so this guy's not getting attacked, so there's no point in giving him armor or stuff. And he's attacking this dork, so there's no reason to, Hey, D-Locked, thanks very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome. Hope you're having a good weekend. Equipped hero has 1 armor. Equipped hero has 1 armor for each of its attackers. So I can view the board. This guy doesn't have any armor yet. This guy doesn't have any armor. Yeah, that seems good. I don't know if it is, but let's buy it. Healing Salve, sure. So my opponent doesn't have any heroes in this lane, so they literally can't do anything. So I could enrage this guy and like give him enough attack to kill this tower, but like I'm probably gonna kill this tower next turn. So like, do you even want to spend cards here? Marty with the sub Santa, what's going on? Thanks for the support. I think I just passed here. One of the things about Artifact is that it feels like there's not a huge... In Magic, you generally want to be using your mana every turn, but because you have mana on 3 different lanes, like you have so many more resources and fewer cards, so like you want... There's less... You're less pressured to like use all your resources every turn, it feels like. And now in this lane here, I only have a green thing, so I actually can't... I actually can't play these red cards that I have. Alright, so this thing has armor and health, and it's being attacked by 1 thing. So even if I arm the rebellion here, this is still gonna die and this is still gonna live. Yes, attacking the base does work like Phyrexian on life, so the rollover damage past destroying it doesn't do anything. That being said,
I will watch your body writhe.
Modify a black hero with deal 2 damage, piercing damage to the hero's enemy neighbors before the action phase.
Oh, yes.
So they're putting all sorts of stuff on him. And what does he do naturally? Gets 1 health after each enemy neighbor dies. So this thing just gets bigger every turn. Does this have a skill? Yeah. And some of them have activations, right? This doesn't actually activate. So this thing is just attacking straightforward. Poison strike, give it 4 attack, give it armor, give it attack and armor. Modify a hero with 1 attack and 1 armor. So I think I'm just going to do that. Because modify is permanent, so he'll keep that around for later and it stops him from taking damage here. So we're kind of losing. So the way this game works is you have to win 2 of the 3 lanes. So we're winning here, we're kind of winning here, and we're behind over here, but it's okay to be behind over here because we can just win center and left. It's not that the interface is confusing so much as the interface has a lot going on. The game is very busy and feels cluttered because it's just trying to do a lot at the same time, basically. Like, if you were playing this game on 1 lane, the mechanics of it don't seem that complicated, but when you add, like, when you multiply everything by 3, actually, the best thing I can compare it to is, this is like vector calculus. If you could do regular calculus, vector calculus is very easy, but there's just more stuff going on, so it feels a lot more complicated than it is. if Hearthstone is calculus, this is vector calculus. Please don't say vector calculus was really easy because it was just calculus 1 in 3 dimensions. Like I remember, in undergrad was a long time ago for me now, like almost a decade, right? So like I remember like taking Calc 1 and then Calc 2 being very difficult, and I'm like getting into Calc 3, and Calc 3 was very easy because Calc 3 was just Calc 1 in 3 dimensions. Vector calculus was calculus, but 8 in the morning. That sounds miserable. Short sword. I want to get stabby. I want to get stabby again. Draw a card. Of course I want to draw cards. How'd you know, Artifact? Best way to introduce... No, it's like vector calculus. It's not like regular calculus. It's like vector calculus. All right, so... I don't want to put this here because I've got this pretty locked up. Although I suppose they could deploy a bunch of units here, potentially save this. I'm going to put this in the middle because I think I'm least likely to win here. If they like trip deploy over here, though, I'd be sad. The other thing to note is when you deploy a hero, you don't choose where it goes to this lane. So I can't like put it here and get on the left side or put it here and get in the middle. Just like dragging it here deploys it at random within this lane. All right, so they played a blue guy here. And again, this is the part I was having the biggest trouble following when I was watching streams. So you can see I effectively drew 3 cards from the shot blast turn, and then I draw 2 cards a turn. So like following what streamers have in their hand in this game is very difficult. I actually think it's harder than following what's on the board because the board has this key up here. I don't really need to play anything here because their tower is going to die, so I'm just going to pass. So someone's asking about the initiative system. Basically, there's no priority in this game. When you play a card, it just happened. But every time you play a card or do a thing, your opponent gets to do a thing. So like, I said I didn't want to do anything. My opponent got to play a card. Now, after my opponent played a card, it asked me again, hey, do I want to do a thing? And still, their tower is dying, so I'm going to say, no, I don't want to do anything. So now they get a chance to play another card because I've just passed. So now they Mystic Flared, which triggered a thing called multicast from this guy, which there's a lot of RNG in weird places in this game. So this thing has a thing called multicast where every time you cast a blue spell, you get a 25% chance to copy it. Just like roll a D, you know, roll a die, roll a D4. If you get a 4, get a copy of your spell. And again, they've spent their mana here and like killed my stuff, but their tower is still dying, so I'm just gonna pass. I've destroyed their tower. Look at how happy my imp is and how sad their imp is. That's the real victory, making the imp sad. All right, so far I'm pretty far ahead here. So you'll notice I had the initiative last in the last lane, so I get the first chance to do something in this lane. So my opponent's tower has 6, and neither of my heroes are dying. Both their heroes are dying. Seems good for me. I think I'm gonna play a Savage Wolf here, I guess. I just want to put more creeps down here. Try and kill their tower. Well, that's rude.
They were all I had left.
They were all I had left. Why would you murder my friends? There's a lot of math. There's a lot of math. Vector calculus is an apt description. All right, so putting I'm gonna draw a card. If you give Sven an attack, he'll kill Sky Wraith. Why is that? Because he has Cleave X, where X is half of his attack. Oh, that's sweet. So if I put this here, no, that doesn't kill it. It's only at 5. So I got to give this more attack. So I want to piss him off. Is what I want to do. So I want to do this, which gives him armor and attack. So now he's going to cleave and kill this thing. So Cleave X is half his attack. So he's going to cleave this for a bunch. So he's cleaving for 8 right now, but this has 1 armor, so it's taking 7. So this looks good for me, right? Like, my tower's taking 3. Oh, this hero's dying. Do I want to save this? I probably want to save this. So if I healing salve here, my hero's going to stay alive. And now I can just hit combat. Their board's going to die. My tower's going to take 3. But I'm going to have 2 heroes left here, which means their tower's very likely to die next turn. Bump. So they have this stupid thing that pokes every turn. There's no limit. Yep. So I'm losing over here by a lot. And I don't really think that there's anything I can do to change that. But again, I don't need to win here because I've already won here. And I'm probably going to win here next turn. Because they're still... I think this means these are 2 turns off. I believe the check mark up here means they're coming in next turn. So next turn, they're not going to get to deploy anything to this board. And then their tower's just going to die. So I'm just going to pass here and just like let this happen. Let my tower take a hit. I think there's 4 colors in this game. There's 4 or 5. I actually don't know offhand. Yes, definitely, Isha. I would be happy to. Equipped hero has 4 health and +6 regeneration. That seems pretty good. This game's over already, but I would like that. Can you DM me that on Discord so I remember to do it? Yeah, so they don't have a hero to deploy here. So they got to deploy a creep, and then they can't play any cards in this lane, so they're actually just dead. So I'm just gonna like pass initiative. This will happen. I don't care what happens on this board. They need to have a card from this board that lets them interact with this board. And there aren't a ton of cards in this game, I don't think, that do that. So I think, yeah, just pretty sure we just like pass in the next turn. In the next lane we pass, and then stuff happens. Ooh, Blink Dagger. Move the hero to another lane. So this could let them slide to this lane and then potentially play cards here to save them. Because they played this dagger here. I still don't think I have anything to do though. All right, so here, this thing's already dying. Give allied heroes +4 and cleave this round. Give it armor. You get buff to creep, so your hero dies to move to the lane. Arm for lethal. Oh, Arm the Rebellion is lethal, right? Why can't I drag my cards over? Modified creeps with +2 attack and 1 armor. So if I put this here, it makes this 6, which is then lethal. Sure. Look at how excited the imp is that my opponent is dying. I am equally excited to him.
Just
Yeah, we won. Look at our victory. I should put a how to Kripparrian's. Kripparrian had a good one. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna like that. No, Valve doesn't seem to be doing any sponsored stuff. This is just me poking Artifact because they're dumping a lot of money into tournaments for this game. And as I'm not playing competitive Magic tournaments anymore, I'm looking for a competitive outlet. Yeah, that's Crip's how to play Artifact video. So now we play the blue deck. All right, so I think we play this is the deck that we just beat. So now we get to play the other side of this. Yes. No, there's no qualifying details for their big tournament. I'm interested to see if their big tournament ends up being all qualifying matches, or if they're just gonna like give out a bunch of invites to people like Crip and Swim and like the other people that like Salve Eats and stuff like that that have been in their tournament so far. I feel like there's so much RNG in this game, even if you don't play cards in any random effect, the game and inherent randomness. So here's the thing. This is the big thing. I experienced this a lot interacting with Magic players when I was playing Hearthstone on stream a little bit, is that Magic players we're so used to our resource variants coming, our variants in our card game coming from our resource, that when there's variants in places other than our resource, we're very apprehensive about it. So I've been doing a lot of research on this game, and apparently some of the players in the beta had win rates like of upwards of 80%, and there were a lot of people discussing the fact that they feel this is the lowest variance card game they've ever played. And one of the things psychologically that's important to recognize about games like this is how the RNG aspect of the game feels is often very important. So even if a game is low variance, if the places where that variance occurs in the game feel bad, people are going to think the game has more variance than it does because there's a lot of feel bad variance. And I think, especially if you've played Magic for a long time, you've probably gotten used to the resource variance, that it impacts you less or feels less bad. All right, so this is an improvement, which is basically like an enchantment. It does 1 piercing damage to each enemy. I don't know if this is good, but I'm gonna play it because it's lit up. Yeah, like I said, the best way I can describe it so far from my experience watching this game and looking at the cards is the variance is in a very unique place, and I'm not sure if it's in a place that feels good, bad, or otherwise. I know what the card does, Artifact. I literally just played it out of my hand. Is the feel bad variance why you decided against comp Magic but are okay? No, I stopped playing competitive Magic because competitive paper Magic is just rancid. There's too many people who cheat, and there's too many people who watch paper Magic that don't like the game played by the rules, and they throw people under the bus for things like angle shooting, other hot nonsense because they want the game played by the rules. Basically, if you've ever watched a paper Magic tournament, watch what Twitch chat does when someone calls a judge. That's why I stopped playing paper Magic. How do you cheat in paper Magic? There's tons of ways you can cheat in paper Magic. Everything from sleight of hand to like cheats of opportunity. A lot of nonsense. Do creeps and heroes heal between rounds? No, the damage stays on them permanently. All right, so I have to put this guy somewhere. He's so squishy though. He's only a 7. So like if I put him like here or here, he's just gonna get like eaten. Yeah, that's another thing too. The payouts at Magic tournaments are super top heavy. Like winning first at an SCG Open is $5,000. Top 8ing is $500. Like the discrepancy between those two prizes is absurd. You could top 8 10 opens and you'll just barely have the same amount of money as the person who spiked and won 1 at the end of it. And like, once you factor in travel costs, you've actually made less top 8ing 10 opens than if you got first in 1 open. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Magic doesn't punish people who cheat. So people are incentivized to cheat because they aren't harsh on people who do it. That's actually a big part of the issue. I really hope Arena is the future of competitive Magic. That would get me playing more competitive Magic again. Get 3 gold after the combat phase. I'm just gonna play this thing and attack their tower. So this does 4 and then it attacks for 4. So the arrows dictate where your thing is attacking. If your thing doesn't have something directly across from them, they only have a 50% chance to attack the opponent's tower, and they have a 25% chance to attack to the left or the right. So the direction in which your cards do stuff has variance in it. No, Valve, I have no official affiliation with Valve. The reason I am playing Artifact right now is because I paid someone to get me a key from PAX. Summon 3 melee creeps. Is this like a specific melee creep? Oh, melee creeps a 2/4. Okay. I don't know if that was good, but we did it. Yes, this is a card game version of Dota. Remember when I said my hero was squishy? I think if I summon a creep here, it redirects this guy to the creep. Let's find out. I think that's the case. Yeah, it does. Is he still dying? Why is he still dying? Oh, because they redirected it. My cards are very squishy. So what we're learning here is it wasn't that we're good, it's that the black-blue deck gets beat up by the green-red deck because their heroes are squishy. This game has serious potential. I'm curious if that's the case. I mean, like, being willing to throw a bunch of money at something doesn't automatically mean it has potential. Alright, so I've got 2 dorks coming down. What does this do? Wisdom of Elders, activate, draw a card, sure. Debbie has 2 attack while attacking a hero. So I want to put... I think I want to put Debbie over here so she can kill some of these heroes. And then I'm going to slide this guy over here, along with these creeps. So I can't play blue cards here, so I might as well play the gold mine here. So I can't do anything else.
No failure.
Sure. Yeah, if I'm being honest, this is more people than I was expecting to have. Playing non-Magic games, historically speaking, on this channel, I've usually had like 25% of my normal viewers. This is like half my normal viewers. You can play tower improvements in other lanes. That's interesting. That one doesn't really matter though, right?
I'll wash this in blood.
Sure, but like some of those viewers are like watching people like Crip, right? Like Crip has like 10,000 people watching him regardless of what he does. Well, this thing's just incredibly... Debbie is incredibly dead regardless of what we do. And again, I can't play blue cards here because I don't have a blue hero. I could cloak this, but she's still just dead. The cloak stays with her, so maybe it's worth playing. Nah, I'm just gonna pass.
I am not accustomed to finery.
That's unfortunate. So they put a Traveler's Cloak on their thing, so now Debbie's not killing this anymore. Can't really do anything.
The Knights of the Vigil are well adorned.
I mean, I don't have the option to not quit on mid, so it's not like it's a decision, right? It's not like I'm making a choice here. Like, I can literally only play this, and like this comes with it regardless of where it goes. So it's not like I have a decision to make here. The decision is like, do I want to play my Traveler's Cloak for later or not? So yeah, we're quitting on mid, but that's not a decision we've made. That's the decision that's been made for us. No, I don't think that's necessarily true, honestly. I think part of it is like a lot of those people have like branded themselves as variety streamers has a lot to do with it. Or like they branded themselves as people who play multiple different games. Whereas like I, for instance, have built my brand on just playing Magic, right? That's what I do. In fact, you could like look at their Twitch data and see that they have more viewers with certain games than others. Yeah, but like initiative doesn't do anything here, right? I guess I draw 2 cards. Like my hero's not dying, so might as well do that. Why would I want to put Ignite on mid? I guess this is at 1, but like mid can just die, right? Kind of. I guess I'm almost winning here. I'm not winning here. They have heroes here. I could put this here and give it more health just so it sticks around for later. That's probably fine.
This is worthy of a chief.
Why should I ignite mid? Again, same rules apply as when we play Magic or anything else. Don't just tell me to do a thing. That's not helpful, especially this. I'm trying to learn what I'm doing and why we're doing it. So do this because, and then tell me what the because is. Articulate. Help people learn. Help me learn. Help folks watching learn. I'm gonna buy a thing because it's the thing. Negative impact on your eyes and overall health. I have always used the computer or video games for 40 to 80 hours a week. And I actually went to the eye doctor earlier this year because I was having some headaches. And I have near 20/20 vision still. And they told me that I should adjust my studio lighting, and I adjusted my lighting and the headaches went away. How does this do? Give a hero and its allied neighbors -2 armor this round. The problem with deploying anything over here is that they're just gonna die. Although I guess I could deploy this here and then I can, I can't see what my cards do during this phase, can I? I think I'm gonna give up on mid and try and win left and right. Well, I can see here before I click OK. 12 damage. I think I'm okay with this. All right, so I don't have initiative here, so they get to play a card first.
Bring me my enemies.
All right, so this does 12 divided by a unit and its neighbors. So if I do this here, this will end up dead and this is gonna die right away, right? So it's gonna do 4 to each of these, I believe. Make sure I understand this. Oh, and this has armor, so this doesn't die. Yeah, I feel like the people who describe this game as being too complex aren't, like, I don't feel like there's a lot of decisions, but the decisions aren't, there's a lot of micro decisions, which adds, there's just a lot of clutter. There's a lot going on at once. I don't know that you're making a bunch of like inherently super complicated choices specifically, so much as there's just a lot of micro decisions. Oh, that's better. So I can cast this on anything. So if I would have done this here, it would have done 6 and 6. That's a good suggestion. I didn't do that because I didn't think about it. So this could be done to anything. So I could have done it here and done 6 and 6. This game's going to be impossible to stream with a...
Can match my strength.
All right, so my things are all dead here, so I don't have anything to do. This game's going to be tough to stream with the countdown timer.
Fall in battle.
I got my beta key because I paid someone who went and stood in a line at PAX. Has activated ability, has finished cooling down. Read what it does and use whenever you're ready. Give it here and it's valid provider service. That's already dying, so that doesn't really do anything. I guess if I kill this, they can't do anything in this lane, right? So I just like do the, I don't know if this is good, but like I could do this while I don't get to play any cards here. So there's both, Nivik. So actually I could show it here for the shopping phase. So this center one is the item deck that you build in your deck. And then the secret shop and consumables, I believe, are ones that are randomly generated. Equipped hero has +4 health. Modify. Stonecloak with equipped hero has +2 health. I don't understand. Let's buy it and find out. How do I net deck? What's the best deck? How do I net deck it? So we're winning over here. They're not deploying any heroes this time, so I'm just gonna slide Debbie into left over here and try and push this one out. Oh, at the end of the turn it gives 2 more. After the combat phase. Got it. That makes sense. So I don't know where this is deploying, right? Or does it guaranteed go here? So could this have deployed on the right side?
I'll destroy our enemies.
That's a big uggo. 7/7 with 3 armor. The game decides where the minions and creeps go at random. Oh wait, so I can do this and pick there. So just like slide that over that way.
Better.
And then I could do, this does +4 health. So it's getting attacked for 13 right now. So this card's really dead regardless of what I do. So I could do this and slide it here. So there is some control over like what's going on where, right? And then they're out of mana, so I'm probably just gonna have free run here. So if I could heal this up.
Between the two of us, we can figure out how to use this.
And then if I no accident here, it's gonna deal 2 because it does 3 minus the 1 armor, which then means Debbie's gonna go ahead and kill this. Excuse me. All right, so then I think I'm ready to slam into things. So now I've got 2 heroes left here to their 1, but they've got 2 heroes coming in next turn.
Every day I train.
So all of our random things spawned here, I think. So we just get to go ahead and pass. So Ignite, I can play across lanes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, why couldn't I play that? I didn't want to do that in the center one. I thought I wanted to play it over here. How do I don't understand what happened, but all right. Oh, you need to scroll to the lane you want first. Oh, okay. I thought I'd have to cast it from here and then drag over. That makes sense. Alright, so has armor for each of its attackers. I've got 20 gold. I'm gonna buy this. Sure. Alright, we're gonna suit up over here and deal this last 6. If you kill a tower twice, you win the game, but the second time the tower spawns, it has 80 health, so it's very difficult to win twice, kill it twice. Alright, so he's got 9 health right now.
You're a traitor to the faith.
Alright, so I'm gonna put this on here, which gives him 2 armor for the turn, I believe, or 3, he's getting attacked by... Musket. Has 2 attack. Alright, so if I put the musket here, it's gonna kill this guy, right? Yep.
Timing is impeccable.
Yeah, I can use the musket ability, but I don't think it doesn't do anything useful really, right? This thing is just huge. Like 3 armor is a ton. So I can kill both of these, I guess. I could like no accident here. No, this has an armor, so I can't kill it. If I salve, do I save the necro? Yeah, probably. That's probably a good idea.
Fits.
I'm gonna do this to gain this health, I think.
I will show no mercy.
I bought this game automatically for beta X, so you are not. You know, there's no reason to pre-order Artifact. There's zero reason to pre-order Artifact. You don't get anything extra for doing it. Doesn't musket, no accident, kill the green. Oh, I didn't realize they healed this. I didn't realize they healed this. Alright, and this is where we gave up, right?
With you by my side,
I don't have any heroes here, so I actually can't do anything, so we're gonna lose this tower here very quickly.
Ready to fight.
Yeah, I agree, Nivek. I don't know, I'm definitely gonna have to reassess after I stream it a lot, but my takeaway was... Yeah, I didn't have enough mana to do that in that lane, Zir. So like I only had 4 left and I used 4. No, I couldn't have saved the grazing shot. The grazing shot cost 1, the activated ability of the musket cost 2. If we look back, I think it shows I used all my mana here. Yeah, I used all my mana exactly here. There's nothing really dear. Oh, this lets me draw a card, right? Might as well do that.
The future holds.
Oh, it's free? Oh, it's a round timer. I don't know why I thought I just assumed it cost mana. Activate you. That's a turn symbol. It's a clock. Okay, weird. It's good to know. Yeah, you pulled on the sub notification box so we can see how much cash the opponent has. Oh yeah, I didn't realize I was covering something relevant there. Good suggestion. I think the rest of my elements are good on stream. That was a good suggestion. Thank you for that. All right, so we've got 15 money. Get a random item from the secret shop. Sure, sure. Who doesn't love gambling? We're all here playing Magic. We're all here playing TCGs. We gotta love gambling, right? It could be. I wonder if there's a boat in this. I really hope there's a boat that could be in the secret shop. All right, so we've thoroughly given up the center one, so we're gonna put this over here and hope for the best. Again, I don't decide where these cards go in this lane. They just like deploy randomly. The PvP timer is just like a chess clock. Poor Debbie always shows up and dies. Ooh, that's really good. Tower's at 6. That does. All right. Heartstopper. Yeah, if I put this here, it redirects this, right? Which lets Debbie live.
Next is here.
Nope, doesn't let Debbie live. Why isn't Debbie living? I don't... Oh, she has -1 armor. -1 armor increases damage you take. Got it. And I could do this here and redirect it here. So this dies instead of Debbie dying. I also could have put a cloak on here, which would have been okay. All right. Golden ticket says that's not very useful. Activated ability ready. Yep. Get control of an enemy creep. Oh, I can replace a piece of armor, right? Remember when we said gambling was good? I can replace a piece of armor.
This fits me well.
So I just steal this guy? And now their tower's dead? Haha! Victory button! Haha! I could have taken their 7-2 as well. It's fine. It's fine. We're so good, chat. We 2-0'd the tutorial. Claim decks and packs. Look at that. Look at all of our prizes. From here, you can play Artifact however you like, whether it's socially, competitively, or just to relax. Practice against bots. There's a Death and Taxes deck. Well, we're not playing that one. Out of Control. Blue-red control. That sounds great. All right. I'm going to stop my recording there so people that want to just watch the